Wait, we broke what school record? Okay, that's cool. Hey everyone, I want to share a story about one of the cool things that has happened to me as a result of this channel on today's episode of The Local Disaster Tour Guide. Hello travelers and tourists, my name is Mark and I am the Local Disaster Tour Guide. That's right, I am a storyteller who also works at a local high school, meaning I have an overwhelming amount of experience trying to herd cats. It's basically the same at the gaming table and my day job. Welcome to a journey through the fantastic world of TTRPGs like Pathfinder and Starfinder, and today, welcome to my quick Thanksgiving video. This video will be going up either the day before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving itself, just depending on how quickly I get the editing done. But since this is a holiday week, I'm not doing a big video for this week. I just wanted to do a quick thank you video to all of the people who support this channel. And I also wanted to share a really cool story of something that happened in my life because of this channel. So up front, let me just say, Happy Thanksgiving. I love the holiday season. I love having the opportunity to celebrate and to pause and reflect on all of the wonderful things that have happened in my life and in the world around me. And I like to spread a little bit of holiday cheer anywhere and everywhere that I can. And as I've said many times on this channel, I am very thankful for this channel. This channel started out entirely as a way to keep myself entertained during the pandemic because I don't do well if I'm bored. I'm sure you couldn't tell that just from watching. But really, the Local Disaster Tour Guide was just a way to keep myself entertained, get some social interaction, to talk about my hobby while I was stuck at home during that difficult time. And if this channel had only ever been a way to keep myself entertained, I would have been perfectly happy with this channel, but it became more than that. And I want to say, I am genuinely blown away by the response that this channel has had and by the fantastic community that I have seen built up around the Local Disaster Tour Guide. You all are genuinely amazing. One of the things that always held me back when it came to the idea of putting myself out on the internet was the reputation that the internet has of being a toxic place. And I will admit, I was hesitant about being on the internet because I was afraid that if I put myself out there, I would encounter a lot of that toxicity, and I was afraid of what that might do to me and to my family. But instead, what I have found is an amazing community. I won't pretend every interaction has been perfect, but by and large, the people I encounter, the people that I talk to, are supportive and warm and inviting, and it seems like the kindness I try to put out into the world has returned to me time and time again, and I genuinely love all of the conversations I get to have. There have been plenty of occasions where I have disagreed with people about different topics around games like Pathfinder, and yet I feel like every conversation I have had has always been an opportunity to grow. I mean this, I am discovering friends from all over the world, and it's so cool to me that what started out as a way to keep myself from being too bored has turned into a legitimate side hustle where I'm making friends and making connections, and I get to talk to people who work in the gaming sphere. Like, the people that I look up to and say, hey, these people are cool, they make cool stuff, they talk to me now, and well, I guess I can say it this way. I've had a few occasions where people would get to talk to me and they would be blown away that they got to talk to that guy on the internet, and they'd be like, man, it's so cool that I get to talk to you. And I'll just be honest, I'm still having the same reaction doing this. Like, I get to talk to people from all around the world, and I get to talk to industry insiders, and I get to make a little bit of money out of my favorite hobby. It is just so amazing. So let me just say, for purposes of this video, to everyone who supports this channel, thank you. Thank you so much for your insights. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your feedback. I truly appreciate this opportunity, and understand, yes, I get a little bit of money doing this, but it is not the money that keeps me here. It is truly how much fun I am having just talking about my favorite hobby with people all around the world. But to that effect, something really cool happened to me a few months ago, and it was a direct result of this channel, and it may be one of the coolest things that has happened over the course of my life. Like, I am genuinely blown away by this event. Now, I will tell you in sharing this story that I have to keep some names and places private, but here recently I returned to full-time work. The pandemic has finally shuffled off enough that I can get back to being a somewhat normal human being, as close as a YouTube content creator can ever be to being a somewhat normal human being. Let's just be honest there. And recently, I started working at a local high school. Shortly after I started working at that high school, there were a couple of students at that high school who knew me from this channel. They knew me as the local disaster tour guide, and when they found out that I was going to be working at their high school, they came to me and said, hey, we would love to have a tabletop gaming club. Could you set up a Pathfinder club for our high school? That has got to be one of the coolest compliments I think I've ever received, to have that request. But sure, I'll talk to the admin. I'll see about setting up a tabletop RPG club. How many students do you think would be interested? And they told me that they thought 15 to 20 students might be interested in playing in this tabletop club. So I got the school to agree to it, and they sent out some electronic sign-ups, and the first day, 43 kids signed up. A couple weeks later, when the first club day was announced, well over 50 kids showed up. By the time the second club day happened, there were so many kids trying to come to the club that they literally couldn't all fit in the room. I have actually had to break my tabletop RPG club into 2 different groups just to manage all of the kids who are interested. And right now, when we do our after-school game days, I actively have 20 to 25 kids who are playing through some Pathfinder, and now that we're getting the students sorted out a little bit better, I know that that number is going to grow. Every couple of weeks, I have 4 to 6 active Pathfinder tables at my local high school, telling stories together and adventuring and laughing and having a great time. And it all started because a couple of people who watch me on this channel realized I was working at their school and said, hey, we want you to do this. And right now, I am running the largest club at our local high school, and I'm the new guy at the school. And I don't say that to brag about myself. I say that to acknowledge that this is a fantastic hobby that brings people in from all walks of life, and that brings people with a ton of different stories together. And I have absolutely loved seeing the amount of interest from the students at the school, and I love the fact that I have an opportunity to influence the future of gaming as a hobby in my hometown. So, anyways, that's the story I wanted to share today. As a result of this channel, I get to play a special role in influencing the gaming culture in my town, and seeing the hobby grow and expand and be discovered by a new generation of teenagers who are a lot like me when I first picked up this game. So anyways, that's all I've got for you today. This video isn't very long. This video isn't super serious. I just wanted to say, genuinely, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Happy Thanksgiving.